Thank you, Tony Gare, for that overly generous introduction. Um, whatever I have accomplished is rooted in two factors: luck. I've been lucky all my life, and longevity. You stick around long enough, and a lot of things come your way. But it's you mentioned law and order. They double crossed me. I had hoped when the DA had resigned from that program that I would have a chance to become the DA because they got $25,000 an episode. But they didn't tell me. Um, it's an honor to be with you this morning, friends of Storm King School, relatives, class of 2009, and what an exceptional group you are. I was really impressed last night by the depth and perception of your remarks. You set a very high standard. And head of school, Stevie Chinnis, chairman of the board, Peter Duggan, friends all. I want to make one correction in the program. It says that I have retired. And like Mark Twain in his day, I'm pleased to note that the rumors of my retirement have been greatly exaggerated. I will still serve until December 31 of this year. I'm particularly pleased to have the opportunity to speak to you because not only the district attorney, but I'm also an apple knocker. I got an apple orchard across the river in Dutchess County, and I'm impressed with the tradition here of close relationship between the school and the community, and particularly the farming community. And I especially enjoyed learning that not long ago, students grew and harvested fruits and vegetables for the school kitchen. Back during the time of Headmaster Anson Barker, a farmer named Clem supervised the work, and at Clem's suggestion, the school bought a boar. For those of you who don't know me, that's a male pig who was nicknamed King's Big Topper. And one day, Clem suddenly told the students to clean up the Big Topper and polish his hooves. The Big Topper was then taken in a pickup truck to the Orange County Fair, where the school was awarded first prize in the boar class for Topper. Of course, I'm pleased to be here, not just because I appreciate how you relate to the community, but for other reasons as well. This school traces its history not only to Mark Twain's time, but to the Civil War period. The graduates in whom you follow have distinguished themselves in academia, and business and public life, and simply life. Theater, music, and visual art programs here have been traditionally first-rate and well-known. And I have been intrigued by the trend toward internationalizing the student body. I'm told, and I have observed, that about half the class hails from the Pacific Rim countries like Japan, China, and Korea. Storm King is thus an asset not only to American society, but the world, as its operations will inevitably make understanding between Asian countries and the U.S. a little better. The planet keeps getting smaller, and it is important that we Americans reach out across the seas to our neighbors rather than consider ourselves exceptional and try to go it alone. Moreover, apart from the obvious public benefits, I have a special interest in the Storm King approach. I have a son-in-law who is a Korean American, and he and my daughter have two grandchildren who are proud Korean Americans. I've also been impressed by the visionary leadership that is so much part of the Storm King story. I have in mind men like the headmaster, Anson Barker. Not only was he the man who hired Clem, Barker held the school together in the midst of the Great Depression and rejuvenated it. Another leader, of course, was Stephen Duggan, an educator, chairman of the board, as well as a nationally respected environmentalist and a true leader of the bar, whom I knew from a distance when I was a young lawyer. And of course, his son, Peter Duggan, carries on that tradition as chairman of the board now. John Suter, another former headmaster, is of particular interest to me. I must confess to bias. I went to school not very far from here at Deerfield Academy in Massachusetts. The Storm King School was founded in 1867. I can't quite remember that event as I had not yet enrolled in kindergarten. But 72 years ago, I graduated from Deerfield and enjoyed the tutelage of the man who made Deerfield a special school, Headmaster Frank Borden. Borden was the leader at Deerfield for 66 years. Not only did he turn out graduates, he made Deerfield a cradle school for headmasters. Among them was Suter, who graduated from Deerfield some years after me and who served here for a decade as headmaster. And in the kinship between Storm King and Deerfield and many other worthy schools of these types goes far beyond individuals. These schools are rural retreats. We are not very far from New York City and Boston, and many graduates will spend much of their adult lives in them or in cities like them.